Hello everybody, Crystals is here again. So, if you remember from last episode, we were desperately trying to find a shop to go sell our ice crystals. Well, we found one. Thankfully, I did it off camera because it kind of took forever. Also, it wasn't quite where I thought it was. But that doesn't matter, because finding a shop is going to be different for everyone. All that matters is that we're back with our goods of ice crystals and some other random garbage, and we're at a shop. So, B, because, well, we need to. So, what we're going to do is you're going to go to your hotbar down here, you're going to left click and hold, and drag all of your ice crystals to sell. It says base price 500C, do you want to sell these? If you enter too many, the maximum amount you can So, they're currently selling for $316,000, or 1,171 credits each. So times 421, it's a bunch of money. Boom. So now we have 334,145 credits. So we've added some ridiculous fraction to our amount that I can't really think of right now. It's actually not a fraction, I guess it'd be a multiple. Doesn't matter. So now what do? Well, first actually you go and you sell all this other crap. This ice rock that we picked up, this quantigen, I don't care. Ice, pff, not even. Vapicide, and get out of here too. Cool. So we're left with this one set of antimatter cannons and a completely empty inventory, plus a laser weapon, but we can't do anything with this. It's literally a pistol that we shoot. To demonstrate, scroll over to my hotbar, pew, 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 pew. It's nice if you're completely unarmed and you want to do something with it, but it's not that big a deal. So, that was N, my bad. B. So, now you want to start thinking about your first ship, your first actual ship, for lack of better words, of the first ship that you're really going to spend solid time in, that you're actually going to, maybe do some fighting in, the ship that's going to carry you through your first part of the game until you eventually make a massive, horrifying capital ship that will destroy worlds. Yeah, we'll get there eventually, don't worry. So, what are we going to do? Well, let's first start by buying shield dispensers. We're going to start off by buying 26 of them. Why? Because why not? 26 is a good number to start off with. Now, we also have the materials from our other ship, which is to keep in mind. Hyperclux for thrusters, we'll buy 32. Why not? Why not? So we still have 315,000 credits, so we have a lot of money to spend. No worries. You actually don't need as much as you might think. Now, we still have 8 of these antimatter cannons in our old ship, right now, and we have another 12. But we want more. You want a lot more, honestly. So we're going to buy, I suggest an even number, because 2 is better than that, although I might make a 3-prong ship. Give me a second. Yeah, we'll make a 3-prong ship, but we still want an even number. But we want a solid even number. So we're going to go with, we're going to buy 26 of these. Still got lots of money. Keep checking every time you buy these. Now, we still only need 1 weapons computer, so we don't have to buy another one of those. I suggest buying 1 extra ship core now. Just 1. It's a backup one in case you die. Highly recommend doing this. What else do we need? We're going to need a lot more power modules. Now, this one only has 14 in stock, so we're going to buy them all. Down to 296,000. That's still a pretty solid chunk of money. Now, at this point, we're going to buy 1 Plex storage unit, and we're going to buy exactly 6 of these. Actually, scratch that. I'm sorry. We're going to buy 9. I really recommend 9. That's, most of this build, it's me kind of, how do I feel, what do I think? I really recommend buying exactly 9 Plex doors. You'll see why later. So, now you have options. You have these whole corners, all these different things. You have wedges, which are these weird half triangle-y shapes. It's basically a regular square hole cut in half. You have these real corners, which look really nice. So, what do? My goodness, the choices. So, buying gray hole. We'll start off with these. How many are we going to buy? Always try and think in even numbers and symmetry because it looks nice and most people get driven up the wall when their ship is not even. We're going to buy 30 of them. Of these gray holes. Now, wedges you don't have to worry as much. And in fact, I'm going to buy 17 of them. Wedges make your ship look really nice. Scroll down. Do we want colors? I'll look at all these cool colors. There's green. I really like green. But you know what? I actually like blue because I never make blue ships. We're going to buy all these wedges. And we're going to buy only a couple of these. What I suggest for most people is not making a ship that's all blue or all red. This is now from a strictly aesthetic point of view. There's nothing special about blue hull or red hull, other than that they're different colors. But I find ships look best when they have small accents of color based on against a gray background. I think it looks a lot cooler than instead of a solid blue ship. But you know what? You build the ship you want to build, because it's your ship. That's one of the cool things. I can't tell you what to do. I can give you suggestions, but you don't have to do it. So these glass wedges now, to go back, these glass hole things, they're a really good idea. Buy a bunch of these. We can only buy 9 of these. You know what we're going to do? We're going to buy 9 of them. 267, still a pretty solid amount of cash. These wedges, we'll buy 11. So we have all these. Now these hardened wool holes are really useful, but I recommend just kind of holding off to buy them until you want to make your giant capital ship. Or maybe you'll eventually want to upgrade this. But in the meantime, I would say don't bother buying these. Save your money in case you die or in case you want to start pimping out your station, with your eventually home, which will probably make it as a station, but that's semantics. Okay, so we have the materials. I keep hitting N, I'm sorry. Hit I for your inventory. So this is what we have to work with. We have an extra ship core, which I'm going to drag in here. And we have all these pieces. Now what I really recommend doing is taking your very first ship and just pimping it out from there, basically. So enter it with R, hit space, and now we're going to start doing some things. But the first thing you're going to do is strip everything away. Start off with a fresh template. So I'm going to just spam right click on everything except the core. Don't right click on the core, because that will eventually destroy your ship when you're down to nothing. But we're going to start off with a completely blank template, because I think it's good to start fresh. Maybe that's just me. Now, what I will say, if you ever want to destroy a ship, right click on the core and it says, do you want to delete this last block? It'll destroy the ship. Well, we don't want to do that right now. So what do we want to do? Well, we want to make a cool ship. Oh my goodness, I've almost forgotten. So, luckily, when you're in build mode, you can still access the shop, which is a neat tip. Hit B. I forgot to buy one thing in particular. Gotta scroll all the way through this stuff. Ships. Going through the list. SD cockpit. Buy one. They're very useful, and you will soon see why. I think everything else is fine, so I'm going to hit B again, and we're back here. Cool. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and make this gray, my ship core, kind of be in the belly of my ship. I'm like, all right, so what do I want to do? So I put it in the center of this square. All right, cool. I'm going to build up, I guess. Kind of like this. Ignore those green triangles over there. It's totally not my already built station. Yeah, it's not subtle or anything, right? Okay. This is where you're going to realize quickly, by the way, that it takes a lot of materials to build a ship. Like, it takes a lot of materials to build a ship. Even just a kind of weird, awkward, small one that we're going to build. You know what? No, we'll keep it this size. Yeah, we'll keep it this size. Because why not? And because we kind of actually have to in some ways. Okay. Now, I'm just kind of going. You build your ship however you want. Again, there'll be a couple things that I can suggest you do. Just for simplicity. But you know what? I'm looking at the time. This will be a slightly shorter video. And now we're going to tackle the entirety of building your first workhorse of a ship in the next video. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Greg Solstice. Take care.